What's next for Oli? Since the last time I uploaded video essay about United and their youth situation, United has gone on to draw with Villa at home, and it was all doom and gloom from there on. At least it seemed that way at the time. At the time, Oli rested some senior players for the Astana trip and ended up suffering a loss away at Astana, while his back was looked at as a failure after United failed to beat Villa 3 days later. The press and the fan base was all over Oli at that time. Rumbling of him getting sacked in the coming days, let alone weeks, was all over the media and internet. Jose was coming. His Spurs was soaring high once again on the back of 3 consecutive wins, while United seems down and out. Jose know these players, they said. Jose know their weaknesses and how they play, they said. Heck, Jose even pointed out that Chelsea wasn't compact enough in their defense during their 4-0 loss on the opening day of the season against United at Old Trafford. And yet, what happened was Jose didn't listen to his own advice. And what happened was Oli outsmarted and at times outplayed Jose's Spurs at Old Trafford. The players have a point to prove against their former manager in Jose Mourinho, they said. And that wasn't enough, or that wasn't going to be the same aggression or intensity against Manchester City. Packed with too good and strong, City are title challengers looking for a Premier League record-tying 3-piece previously only done by United themselves, whereas United at the moment is just another mid-table team. But what happened next is something quite incredible yet predictable. City's way of high-pressing possession football played right into United's counter-attacking hands, and for the opening half hour or so, United was clearly the better team on the field, scoring 2 goals in quick succession, while Pet City was crumbling and their hopes of a glimpse title defense faded away as the referee blew the final whistle. Manchester was painted red and Solskjaer was flying high. It's another Solskjaer win against the top 6. Manchester is red. Oli is back at the wheel? Well, not quite. The challenge, what it seemed, was not to get humiliated and embarrassed by Spurs and City at the start of the week. Solskjaer ended up passing with flying colours. Now what next is if Oli can maintain the momentum and use it as driving force to fuel United into a top 4 charge. The end goal was never about top 4 or beating top 6. It's to get back into title contention and eventually becoming champions again. What Oli did right is that he gave his team a chance, and now after some hard and difficult times, we're starting to see the team taking shapes. But there is still things needed to be changed and improved. For example, United record against the lowest teams aren't great. Dropping points against Sheffield and Villa after some hard-fought comeback wasn't good enough, and especially losing to Palace and Newcastle was just that as well. Simply not good enough. United needs to improve their record against this team, as winning the league or simply just getting into the top 4 means beating this team on a consistent basis. You can even go as further to say that you can lose to the top 6, but at the end of the day, we all know that your league position is mostly determined by how you dealt with the lower teams in the league. And right now, that record for United isn't good enough. But make no mistake about it, what Oli did is still incredible. Not many managers can say they hold wins over the likes of Sarri, Pochettino, Thomas Tuchel, Frank Lampard, Brendan Rodgers, Jose Mourinho, and Pep Guardiola, while holding undefeated record against Jurgen Klopp. Oli certainly can say so, and even can go as far as to say he beat Jose and Pep, 2 of the most successful managers in Premier League history after Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger in the same week. Let's remember that Solskjaer's near-perfect record against the top 6 isn't the only good thing he has done as United manager. For example, the resurgence of Rashford, Fred and Martial, the rise of McTominay, Tuanzebe, Greenwood and Brandon Williams, also the discovery of one Daniel James along with the signing of the impressive Wan-Bissaka and leaders in central defense Harry Maguire, all happened under his watch. These are hard teeth growing times for United. The results are going to be shaky just as our youthful side is going to be inconsistent. What we hope now is that Ole can find a way to be more proactive instead of reactive in his tactics against the lower opposition in the league. What next for Ole is quite simple. Build on the momentum and charge for top 4, or continue to waste momentum and getting the sack. In my opinion, if United want a new and refreshed team, maybe it's time to stick with a plan for the long term, and maybe at times stop looking at the league table, instead looking at behind the scenes work, and stop taking some stats too literally and didn't even bother to compare the team and jobs the previous managers had to the team and the jobs Ole has right now. Because at the end of the day, Moyes had a team of aging champions, Van Gaal had a team of superstar and star of tomorrow, while Jose had a team of old veterans. What Ole have now is nothing close to the best of all those managers. What Ole have now is a youthful team. The name on the badge may read Manchester United, but in actual fact it really should have been Manchester United under 23. In the end, my opinion after the hike of this week, from beating Spurs at home to painting Manchester red, give Ole some time because he deserves it and he earned it himself. What next for Ole is up to him and the board. Our eyes are still on them as usual, and it's up to them to do us proud or force another reset. Either way, up the mighty Reds.